Hi and hello, Eagles fans, and welcome to this presentation of TCC Softball, Game 2 of this doubleheader against Abraham Baldwin Agricultural, as Elizabeth Branch swings and misses at a pitch outside. Kaylin James starting on the mound for the Eagles. Another cut and a miss from Branch there. No balls, 2 strikes to count. And that one put on the ground. Second baseman can't get to it, and it's going to roll into center field for a leadoff single. Kaylee Huey not able to get over there. And that'll put a runner aboard for Ashton Brady. James started at first base in game 1 and hit a home run, and here she is on the mound to start game 2. First pitch is low to Ashton Brady for ball 1. If you're just joining us for this doubleheader, TCC took game 1 by a 10-9 score, 14 hits. 14 hits including 7 extra base hits, 4 of which were home runs. So the bats fully coming alive here on the west side of Tallahassee here at the softball complex. Eagles 3-0 on the season. Looking to get win number 4 as that 0-2 swung on and missed. Throw down to second and cannot apply the tag as the ball was out of the glove of Che Ortiz. So stolen base for Branch to put a runner in scoring position for the Phillies. That one fouled back. Two and two, the count to Brady. That one is fouled up and out of play down the right side. So defensively for the Eagles today, it's Knowles, Childs, and Aponte left to right in the outfield, and then in the infield from third to first, Little, Ortiz, Huey, Michael, and Ellie Campbell behind the plate catching for Kaylin James, the pitcher. The 2-2 is low in the dirt. Runner's going to take off for third, and there will be no throw. So a wild pitch moves Elizabeth Branch over to third with nobody out. Game 1 did go extra innings, by the way. That 10-9 score was after 8 innings of play. An exhilarating game. Lee changes all the way throughout. As I said, 4 home runs for TCC. As there's a cut and a miss for Ashton Brady, and now she's out on strikes for out number 1 of the game. That will bring up the DP Chastity Stevens. She pitched and started game number 1 for the Phillies. Went 3+, giving up 7 runs on 10 hits. Batted in the pitcher spot, number 3 in the order. Here she is, number 3 in the order again in game 2. First pitch low for ball 1. Called strike. Childs, Aponte, and Michael will get things started for the Eagles in the bottom half of this first inning. Some work to do here in this frame, though, as a 1-1 is taken low. Runner stays at third. The speedy Elizabeth Branch, who's starting in center field for game 2. The 2-1 from James. Popped in the air. Right fielder has to go back and can't get it, as it's going to roll all the way down, and that will score the first run of the game on an RBI double for Chastity Stevens. Anishka Ponte had some difficulties reading that one off the bat, charged in on it initially, but it ended up going over her head towards the right field wall. It's now a 1-0 game and a runner at second base for Caroline Pollock. First one to Pollock is low and outside for ball one. Another one outside. 2-0. Another one in the dirt, but I think Pollock went around. She did. So 2-1. Takes that one outside. Now 3 balls, 1 strike. The count to Caroline Pollock. Stevens at second. Only 1 out. The 3-1 pitch. And that one is going to be just a hair foul down the left field line. And now the count to Pollock goes full. Phillies already with 1 run in this first inning, trying to limit the damage to just that. But they do have another runner in scoring position thanks to that RBI double by Chastity Stevens. That one is low for ball 4. And Caroline Pollock has worked a walk, first of the day, issued by Kaylin James. Runners at first and second now for Michaela Pitts. That first pitch is low. Pitt stands in from the left side against the righty James. Another miss outside. Gets that one over for a strike. 2-1 now. That one put on the ground right to the third baseman, who's going to go over there to get the force for out number 2. So a fielder's choice for Michaela Pitts. They do get the lead runner, Chastity Stevens. And now runners at first and second for Abby Plymel. First one to her is called a strike. High and away, gloved nicely by Ellie Campbell to keep it in front. That one put on the ground right to the shortstop, Ortiz. She'll go to first in time for out number 3. So, thanks to a leadoff single and an RBI double by Chastity Stevens after the first half inning, Abraham Baldwin with a 1-0 lead. Eagles get their first hacks of this second game when we return. The starter on the mound for this second game for Abraham Baldwin, Lindy Lowther with a right-hander. Will face Mackenzie Childs to start off the bottom half of this first inning. A called strike to her there. Childs, Aponte, and Michael to come to the plate in the Eagle first. The 0-1 taken high and outside. William Haynes with you, bringing you the action for both games of this softball doubleheader on this Tuesday afternoon. Eagles looking to advance to 4-0 on the season. A big cut and a miss there for Mackenzie Childs to take it to 1-2. That one from Lowther is low. Got the great Brett Rutherford on PA for this game 2. Now the 2-2 is swung on and missed for strike 3. Childs out on strikes to begin the game, and now it will be Anishka Aponte, today's right fielder. Ponte hit a couple of singles in game 1. Also was the extra inning runner in the 8th that came across to score. That one put into play and lined right to the second baseman. That's Grayson Brannon for out number 2. Now with 2 outs, the base is empty. Brittany Michael, the first baseman for game number 2. She started the game at pitcher in game 1, went 3 innings, allowing 4 earned runs on 3 hits. That first one to her is in for a ball. She was caught by her twin sister, Brooke Michael. Brooke, by the way, hit the walk-off run in the 8th. Now the 1-0 is called a strike on the inside part. This one from Lowther. Tried to frame it, was Maggie Mullis, but couldn't get the call. It's now 2-1. That one put on the ground to the second baseman again. Her throw to first is in time for out numbered 3. So Brandon on the put out again. It goes 4-3 to retire Brittany Michael. So trailing 1-0, the Eagles are retired in order in the bottom of the first. We head to the top of the second. You're watching Eagle Softball on tcceagles.com and YouTube.
Tallahassee Community College has been named as one of the top 10 community colleges in the nation. The Aspen Institute recognizes institutions from across the country that have exceptional achievements and a total commitment to improving student outcomes. The college was recognized as one of the nation's premier community colleges, eligible to compete for the prestigious $1 million Aspen Prize for Community College Excellence because of its focus on student access and success, its workforce training initiatives, a seamless and high transfer rate to four-year colleges and universities, and its many varied and productive community partnerships. This recognition from the Aspen Institute is a testament to the wonderful work of the faculty, staff, and leadership at Tallahassee Community College.
Back for the top of the second. Kaylin James, first pitch off the plate. Another one outside, 2-0. Barrett, Mullis, and Brennan here in the second. 3-0 goes the count. That one's low and a 4-pitch walk to lead off the second for Caroline Barrett. Maggie Mullis, the catcher, now at the plate from the right side. First pitch to her, right down Main Street for strike one. Lays a bunt down but goes foul. First baseman Brittany Michael was charging in. Phillies lead 1-0. Top of the second. And if you missed the first broadcast, a filly is from a mascot you might not be used to. According to Google, I have a filly is a female horse that is too young to be called a mare, as that one is fouled again. In most cases, a filly is a female horse under 4 years old. In other nations, a world of horse racing sets the cutoff age for fillies as 5. So that's your mascot for Abraham Baldwin today. The 0-2 pitch is a called strike 3. So first punch out of the start for Kaylin James. Gets Mullis looking, and that will bring up Grayson Brannon. Only Philly I've ever seen as a mascot would be the Philadelphia Phillies. But that's a play on something else. First one swung on and missed by Brannon to open the at-bat. Abraham Baldwin, agricultural hailing from Tifton, Georgia, making the trip down to Tallahassee. That 0-1 put in the air. Mackenzie Childs is going to try and run it down, but it's no doing. It's a home run. 2-run shot for the 9-hitter Grayson Brannon. And that gives the Phillies now a 3-0 lead. They hit the first home run of game number 1 as well. So following a similar script so far. And now we go back to the top of the order in Elizabeth Branch, who started the game off with a leadoff single. That one is going to stay in play. It does not, as it goes foul down the left side. Strike 1. Time called. Kaylin James is going to want a new softball. Take that one out of circulation, says the home plate umpire. Nothing in 1. The count to Elizabeth Branch. Shows bunt. I don't think she was able to pull it back in time. I guess they're going to say she was. 1-1. That one popped high in the air. Left fielder Knowles comes in, and she's under it to make the grab for out number 2. Base is empty. 2 outs now for Ashton Brady, victim of a strikeout in her first time against James. First one is called a strike on the outside to Brady. That one swung on, just got a piece of it and fouled it straight back. One ball, 2 strikes. Count to Brady. Here it is. Chopped foul again and got a piece of her. So she'll stay alive at 1-2. Little, Ortiz, James will come to the plate in the Eagles' second as they now trail 3-0. Here's that one and called strike 3 to Ashton Brady. Second punch out of the afternoon for Kaylin James. So, a 2-run homer by the 9-hitter Brandon gives the Phillies a 3-0 lead. We head to the bottom of the second. You're watching Eagles Softball on TCCEagles.com. Back here, bottom second, Raven Little starting things off for the Eagles. That one off the plate will bring the count to 3-1. Would love a leadoff walk here to get a base runner. Got the window opened up in front of the camera to get the glare off as the sun is beginning to set. A pitch outside, and that'll be a leadoff walk for Raven Little. That'll bring up the shortstop, Cheche Ortiz, to face Lindy Lothar. First one to her. In there for strike one. In game one, Ortiz hit her first home run of the 2022 season, as did 3 other Eagle players. Brittany Michael, Raven Little, Cheche Ortiz, Kaylin James, all hitting home runs in game number 1. Got a stoppage of play here. Back ready to get underway. Shows bunt and pops it back against the screen. One ball, 2 strikes, the count. That one outside, throw to first, not in time. Little able to get back into the bag, and now it'll be a 2-2 count for Ortiz. That one from Lowther popped high in the air. The center fielder Branch comes in as the right fielder Pollock to get it, and that will be out number 1. One on and one out for the DP, Kaylin James, who is also pitching. But even after her day on the circle is done, she'll still be able to take a couple at bats. That first one chopped foul in front of the Eagle dugout on the left side. That one put in a play, and it's going to get through the left side for a base hit. Kaylin James slaps one through. Moves Raven Little over to second. And with only one out, that'll bring up the left fielder, Trista Knowles. Lefty on righty as Knowles stands in. First one to her is low for ball 1. The 1-0. Fouled back. So the Eagles get the tying run at the plate in Trista Knowles. Raven Little running at second. Kaylin James at first. So they trail 3-0 here in the bottom of the second. Lowther comes home. Runs up and in and gets a piece of her. So that hit by pitch will load the bases. Tying run now on base in Trista Knowles, and it'll be the catcher, Ellie Campbell. First one to her misses low. The 2-0 to Campbell, swung on and missed. That one put on the ground, and that's going to get through for another base hit. Runner from second comes across, and throw will not be in time. A 2 RBI single for Ellie Campbell makes this a 3-2 game. And the Eagles not done yet, as it's still runners at second and third with only one out now for Kylie Huey. Scores Little from third, James from second. Campbell able to get to second on the throw home. First one to Huey, swung on and missed for strike one. So they get the go-ahead run now in scoring position. Another swing and a miss at a pitch high makes it quickly 0-2. The 0-2 from Lowther, and that's another cut and miss, and so Huey out on strikes quickly for out number 2. And that will turn things back over to Mackenzie Childs. Childs struck out against Lowther in the first. That one popped high in the air but fouled down the left side. The 0-1 low, and that's going to get away from the catcher. The throw home, and it's no good. Tristan Knowles scores from third on a wild pitch. Campbell able to get down to third, and just like that, we've got a tie game. The catcher Mullis not able to block that one, gets away to the backstop, and some heads-up base running by the Eagles to take advantage. And we're all knotted up at 3. With 2 outs, the go-ahead run at third. Mackenzie Childs at the plate. 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed. First strike 2. And that one put on the ground into the glove of the shortstop, who throws over to first and retires Childs, who is trying to slide head first into the first base bag. So that will end the inning, but not before the Eagles tie things up, scoring 3 runs in this second inning. Take advantage of a wild pitch. They had a hit by pitch to get the bases loaded, and after 2 full, we're tied at 3. Chastity Stevens will get things started to begin this third inning. Called strike on the inside part. It'll be Stevens, Pollock, and Pitts, all lefty bats. Or Stevens is actually a switch. Came to the plate from the left side in the first. The 0-1 delivery, chopped on the ground, but will go foul. The 0-2 from James. Popped in the air, will fall down, and that's going to be an infield single as there will be no play. Leadoff single, and that will bring up Caroline Pollock, who walked in her first time. Pollock takes that one low and outside. Pollock leaning out of the way of that one, but can't sell it as it'll be called a strike. 1-1. Lights on here at the softball complex. Probably won't take effect for another couple of innings as the sun continues to set behind the trees out beyond left field. As that one is popped high in the air, and that one is going to get out of here. A second two-run blast to the game. This one for Caroline Pollock, and that puts the Phillies back on top 5-3. Michaela Pitts now. Takes that one low for ball one. So already the second home run given up by Kaylin James in this one, as that one is slapped foul down the left side. James, as we mentioned, hit a home run of her own in game number one of this doubleheader. She started game two on the circle for the Eagles last Tuesday, going 2 1/3 against Santa Fe. As that 1-1 pitch, a nice changeup, got a swing and miss there by Michaela Pitts to take it to 1-2. Looking for the first out of this third inning. Can't get the call there as it levels at 2-2. That one put on the ground right to the pitcher, James. She'll go to first for the first out of this third inning. And now that will bring the first baseman, Abby Plymell, to the plate. Grounded out to short in her first time. Correction, Kaylin James in her first pitching appearance of the year had a 5-inning shutout in an abbreviated game, an 11-1 victory. 1 run on 2 hits, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. That first pitch to Plymell is low. So kind of the first bit of bumpy road that Kaylin James is facing this season on the pitching side of things. It's been a good hitter for this lineup as well. That 1-0 is taken inside. Sweeping breaking ball outside, and now the count moves to 3-0. Was taken all the way in a 4-pitch walk to put a runner back on the bases in Abby Plymel. And now it will be Caroline Barrett, who worked a walk of her own to start the second. There's still only one out. Eagles trail 5-3 after that home run by Caroline Pollock. That first one to Barrett is a called strike. That one put right on the ground to the third baseman Little. They go to second for one and to first for two. So a nice double play turn there. I believe it goes 5-4-3 to end the inning, but not before the Phillies take a 5-3 lead. Bottom of the third coming up when we come back. That first pitch is going to hit the back of Anishka Ponte. And so she'll be aboard to start the Eagles side of this third inning. That one is going to get away from the catcher Mullis, and it will allow Aponte to head down to second base. So second wild pitch of the day for Lindy Lother. And a couple of misses early on for her to begin this third. That one a called strike. A pitch high, and that'll make it 2-1. That one put on the ground, right to the shortstop. Looks the runner back over at second. Now goes to first, and she's safe there. So call it an E6 on the throw that allows Brittany Michael to reach safely at first base. Anishka Ponte stays where she's at, which is at second. And that gets the tying run back on base and brings up Raven Little. Worked a walk to start the second. That one fouled quickly out of play along the right side. Now quickly, the count moves to 0-2 against Raven Little. Started that double play that ended the top half of this third inning. Nice defender over there at the hot corner. Here's an 0-2. Breaking ball taken high. Low, that one put in the air. Right fielder going to go back, and she's under it to make the catch. Runner from second tags, and she'll get in safely. So fly out to right for the first out of the inning for Raven Little, but advances Anishka Ponte to third base. Cheche Ortiz at the plate now. Flew out to right. And her first trip. Runners at the corners with one out. That one hit foul, out of play. That one taken outside. Evens the count at 1-1. That one inside, and now 2-1. On the ground, gets past the diving reach of the shortstop. And that's an RBI single for Cheche Ortiz. Makes this a 5-4 game. Pokes it through the left side of the infield. Just past Ashton Bradley. Makes it a one-run game. Tying run, standing at second base. And Brittany Michael. Kaylin James takes that first pitch low. And only one out in the inning. A lot of scoring here in the early goings. Game number one was a 10-9 final, so no shortage of offense here on this Tuesday as that one is fouled back. That one high, moves it to 2-1. That one is going to get down for a base hit as well, and that will be for extra bases. One run comes across to score. Here comes another. The throw cut off, and there will be no play at home. 2 RBI double for Kaylin James, and now TCC with a 6-5 lead. Scores Brittany Michael from second. J.J. Ortiz all the way from first. And the Eagles still in business. Runner at second with only one out for Trista Knowles. Hit by a pitch in her first time. And there is going to be a pitching change for Abraham Baldwin. We'll tell you about the new Philly pitcher when we return. You're watching Eagles Softball on TCCEagles.com.
Tallahassee Community College has been named as one of the top 10 community colleges in the nation. The Aspen Institute recognizes institutions from across the country that have exceptional achievements and a total commitment to improving student outcomes. The college was recognized as one of the nation's premier community colleges, eligible to compete for the prestigious $1 million Aspen Prize for Community College Excellence because of its focus on student access and success, its workforce training initiatives, a seamless and high transfer rate to four-year colleges and universities, and its many varied and productive community partnerships. This recognition from the Aspen Institute is a testament to the wonderful work of the faculty, staff, and leadership at Tallahassee Community College.
The new pitcher for the Phillies will be number 32, the left-hander Juliana Franklin. This season, Franklin in 13 and a third innings of work, a 5.25 ERA, 1-2 record. Third on the team in innings pitched. Lindy Lowther's day is done after just 2 1/3. That first one in to Knowles is low for ball one. Inside again. Two balls, no strikes. The count to Trista Knowles. Here it is. Was swinging away, but that one is tapped foul. Abraham Baldwin with a few more games under their belt than TCC. That's why they have, a pitcher coming into the game with 13 innings of work. They enter this game with a 5-8 record. TCC coming in at 3-0. The 2-ball, 1-strike count to Knowles, and that one is inside to make it 3-1. Big swing and a miss on 3-1 for Knowles, and that will take the count full. The payoff pitch got her to chase at the off speed. Beautifully done by Franklin. Trista Knowles is out on strikes, and with 2 outs, that will bring up the catcher, Ellie Campbell. Campbell has to duck out of the way of that one. Her first time at the plate was a 2 RBI single in the second. So she's already knocked a couple of runners in. Would love to drive in one more. The 1-0 to her is outside. So far, Juliana Franklin with some pretty nasty stuff, but tends to throw a lot of pitches outside the zone as well. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and that one is just foul down the first base line. Probably would have gone for extra bases as well had it stayed fair, but a couple of baseballs to the right side of the line, and that'll make it 2-1. That one high to make it 3-1. Some great takes in this at bat from the catcher Campbell. But Knowles had a 3-1 count herself and found herself punching out against Franklin. Here's the 3-1 here. It gave her that changeup and buckled her for strike 2. Drastic change in velocity on that one. And another full count. Ellie Campbell showing bunt. Now pulls back. The payoff pitch. And that changeup puts it on the ground, but right to the first baseman, Plymel, who will go over to the bag to tag her out. But not before the Eagles getting 3 runs on 2 hits to take a 6-5 lead. We head to the top of the 4th. You're watching Eagles softball on tcceagles.com and YouTube.
Tallahassee Community College has been named as one of the top 10 community colleges in the nation. The Aspen Institute recognizes institutions from across the country that have exceptional achievements and a total commitment to improving student outcomes. The college was recognized as one of the nation's premier community colleges, eligible to compete for the prestigious $1 million Aspen Prize for Community College Excellence because of its focus on student access and success, its workforce training initiatives, a seamless and high transfer rate to four-year colleges and universities, and its many varied and productive community partnerships. This recognition from the Aspen Institute is a testament to the wonderful work of the faculty, staff, and leadership at Tallahassee Community College.
Bottom of the order coming up for the Phillies in this 4th. Maggie Mullis, the catcher, to begin things against Kaylin James. Mullis, Brandon Branch to come to the plate as that first one is outside. Eagles with a 6-5 lead. They knocked the Philly starter out of the game, and Lindy Lother went only 2 1/3. That 1-0 is outside. Six runs all charged to Lother, only 5 of them earned because Brittany Mitchell, who reached base on an error, did score. As that one is put on the ground right to the third baseman, Little from her knees. She makes the throw to first base to retire Mullis. So a nice play there. And that will set things up for the second baseman, Grayson Brannon, who hit a 2-run homer in the second. Also of note, Abraham Baldwin has scored in all of the first 3 innings so far, so it would be big to keep him off the board here and hopefully keep building on your 1-run lead. That first one is put into play, but right to the shortstop Ortiz. Her throw to first is good there for out number 2. So a couple of ground balls at the bottom of the order, and now we return back to the top in Elizabeth Branch. That one put on the ground, but foul. That one misses and makes it 1-1. Bunt, is it going to stay fair? And it just does. Corkscrew just kind of fizzled out, not very far down the first base line. So the ball bouncing the way of the Phillies, if you will. A bunt single with 2 outs for Elizabeth Branch. And we've seen her base running already today. She's a menace on the base path. Gets the tying run aboard as well. Ashton Brady will go over and have a couple of words with the third base coach. And now head in to that right-handed batter's box to face Kaylin James for the third time. Both times so far today ended in a strikeout. Would like to go 3 for 3 if you're Kaylin James. First pitch outside. And good on Ellie Campbell for keeping an eye on the runner over at first. The 1-0, and the runner's going to go. The throw down to second, and they got her. So a 2-out single erased by a caught stealing on Elizabeth Branch, and that'll keep the score where it is, which is 6-5 in favor of TCC as we head to the bottom of the 4th. You're watching Eagles Softball on tcceagles.com and YouTube. Kylie Huey to start off the bottom of this 4th. Juliana Franklin back on, took over for Lindy Lothers. That one is popped up and it will go out of play. So the final line on Lother, 2 1/3, 6 runs, 5 of which are earned on 4 hits, 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. One of her shorter starting outings of the season, and she makes way now for the lefty Juliana Franklin back on for her second inning of work. 0-1 is the count here to Huey, who puts it right to the pitcher, and her throw over to first in time to retire Huey. And with 1 out, Eagles go back to the top of the order in Mackenzie Childs. The lefty bat center fielder today 0 for 2 with a strikeout. That one high and away for ball 1. Only a 1-run lead right now for TCC, and the way these games have gone, you've got a feeling they're going to need more than that 1-run cushion. So, bank at the top with order to try and produce some more offense. Extra base hits have been huge. They had 7 in game number 1. A 2 RBI double in the last inning to give the Eagles the advantage. And that tight-breaking ball does not drop in the zone and is taken for ball number 2. That one slapped on the ground. The third baseman goes to first. So it goes Barrett to Plymell on the putout for out number 2. And with 2 outs and the bases clear, Anishka Aponte comes to the plate. First one to her is called a strike. A big cut and a miss by Aponte now makes it quickly 0-2. Eagles went down in order 1, 2, 3 in the first, in jeopardy of doing so again here in the fourth. The 0-2 delivery from Franklin is high, ducking under. It is Aponte. That one, diving catch made by Elizabeth Branch, but a nice charge put into the base with the softball by Anishka Aponte. But as I said, the Eagles do go down in order for the second time this game after that line out to center, hanging on to that 6-5 lead through 4. Kaylin James back out for a 5th inning of work, matching her season high in innings pitched. If she could get through this inning, it will be the top of the order, seeing her for the 3rd time. Brady puts that one in the air and out of play for strike 1. It'll be Brady, Stevens, and Pollock. The 0-1. That one lined sharply but foul. And now the count moving quickly to 0-2. That one taken outside, can't get her to chase there. Now the 1-2, that one foul again, right in front of the Phillies' third base coach. That one inside. Makes it 2 balls, 2 strikes to Ashton Brady, the shortstop. 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. That one in the air, and that one is going to get down for a leadoff double. Gets past to Pontan right, and that puts the tying run in scoring position for Abraham Baldwin. Chastity Stevens, the DP, now comes to the plate. 2 for 2 with a double. First one in to Stevens, called a strike. That one missing. Quick throw over to second, but Brady sliding back in. Count even now at 1 ball and 1 strike. The Phillies' last inning came to an end by a caught stealing by Branch. Is that one low again, and it's 2-1. 3-1 actually, I believe. Umpire holds up 2-1. That one chopped on the ground to third. They go over to third base and can't get the out there. So Raven Little thought about going to first, but instead trying to get the lead runner and cannot. Chastity Stevens in safely on a fielder's choice, and now runners at the corners with nobody out for Caroline Pollock, who's 1 for 1 with a home run and also a double, or a walk, sorry. First pitch to Pollock is low. So I know in a 1-run lead, want to try and get the lead runner if you can, but the play to first was there. I think you got to take the out, but there you go aggressively, and it doesn't pay off. So now you've got a couple of base runners on with nobody out. I think a pinch runner is going to come on. So Chastity Stevens, the DP, comes out for now, but she'll be able to bat next time. The pinch runner will be Gabrielle Deaton, played in the field in Game 1. On 1-0, that breaking ball taken high. So the tying run 90 feet away with nobody out. Sacrifice play certainly could be in play here, as that one is fouled, just tipped barely along the screen. 4 strike 1. Another called strike there, and now moves to 2-2. 1-2. That one reached over. Is it going to stay in play? It does not. That one gets away from the catcher, Campbell. Runner comes home to score. And once again, we have ourselves in a tie game. It's 6-6. So Deaton gets to second on the wild pitch as well as the runner, Brady, coming in to score. That one fouled away. That one grounded right to the pitcher. James loses the handle initially, but is able to go down to first to get the out there. First out of the inning. Deaton gets down to third. And now with only one out, the go-ahead run is just 90 feet away over at third base. At first, pitch is outside, gets away from Campbell, but he's able to stay in front of it. Deaton stays over at third. There's another one taken outside, and it's 2-1. James misses low, and now 3 balls, 1 strike to count. Pitts will walk. And now runners at the corners with 1 out for Abby Plymell. Work to walk back in the third. First one misses high and outside. Gets the call there, making it 1-1. And that one fouled straight back. The 1-2 pitch. Put right past the glove of the shortstop Ortiz, and now the Phillies do indeed retake the lead. RBI single by Abby Plymell. Scores Deaton, who is pinch running from third, and moves Pitts over to second. And now we are going to have a pitching change for the Eagles. Kalen James comes out, and the Eagle who pitched the final 4 innings of Game 1 in Sidney Ray is going to come back out. So this will be Sidney Ray's 3rd appearance of the season. Pitching that opening doubleheader against Santa Fe as well. So she's got a 5-inning appearance, a 4-inning appearance earlier today. So you wonder how long maybe she'd be able to go today. We're 1 out into the 5th. So technically 8 outs to get, but you are in a tie game. So if things change one way or another, that could affect things as well. Kaylin James goes 4 1/3. We'll get you her line in a couple of moments, but now it will be the third baseman, Caroline Barrett, to come to the plate. Runners at first and second with just 1 out. In a 7-6 game now as ABAC takes the lead, as we mentioned. That first one is high. That breaking ball hit in the air, but right into the glove of the second baseman, Kylie Huey, for out number 2. Runners stay where they are, and now it will be Maggie Mullis, the catcher, to bat. First one from Ray, rolled in the dirt, blocked by Campbell. That fastball called a strike. That one rolled in again as well, making it 2-1. That one popped to the top of the press box. Two and two now, looking to put an end to the top of this 5th inning. And she does with a swing and a miss for strike 3 to retire Mullis. But the Phillies do put up a couple of runs on the board. A leadoff double for Brady. Plymell with an RBI single to give Abraham Baldwin the lead. They have a 7-6 advantage. Headed to the bottom of the 5th. You're watching TCC Softball on tcceagles.com.
Tallahassee Community College has been named as one of the top 10 community colleges in the nation. The Aspen Institute recognizes institutions from across the country that have exceptional achievements and a total commitment to improving student outcomes. The college was recognized as one of the nation's premier community colleges eligible to compete for the prestigious $1 million Aspen Prize for Community College Excellence because of its focus on student access and success, its workforce training initiatives, a seamless and high transfer rate to four-year colleges and universities, and its many varied and productive community partnerships. This recognition from the Aspen Institute is a testament to the wonderful work of the faculty, staff, and leadership at Tallahassee Community College.
Back here for the bottom of the fifth. Juliana Franklin back on. We do have the final line for the Eagle starter, Kaylin James. 4 1/3 innings of work, 7 runs allowed on 7 hits, 4 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Gave way to Sydney Ray, who got the final 2 outs of the 5th inning to keep it just a 1-run deficit. Eagles trail 7-6. It will be Brittany Michael at the plate now, followed by Little and Ortiz. First one to Brittany Michael is high. As we said, Brittany Michael getting the start in game 1 today. Went 3 innings in that game. And here she is playing first base in game 2. That 1-0 is framed nicely by the catcher Mullis and was able to get it called for a strike. That breaking ball taken high. That one right on the ground to the third baseman Barrett, who cannot put a good throw to first. Plymell not able to pick it out of the dirt. And so call that an E5 that allows Brittany Michael to reach base to start the bottom of this 5th. Now it will be the third baseman Raven Little, 0 for 1 with a walk. Going to pinch run for Brittany Michael, so her day is done. And number 13, Alyssa Wynn, will pinch run at first base. Listed as an outfielder, so they may have someone else come in to play first. We'll have to see. First pitch misses to Raven Little. Now the 1-0 pitch, called a strike. Another called strike in the same spot, and now 1 ball, 2 strikes to Raven Little. That one right to the second baseman, who can't get it in the glove. They do get the runner at second. And so the fielder's choice for Little. It was out of the glove of the second baseman, Brandon, but Brady, the shortstop, able to collect the ricochet and step on that second base back. So still a runner at first, but now with 1 out for the shortstop, Cheche Ortiz. Hit an RBI single. She's 1 for 2. That one collected by the shortstop, Brady. She's going to go to second for 1. But could not complete the double play, as Ortiz is safe at first. Now it will be the DP Kaylin James, 2 for 2, 2 RBI double in the third. First one to her is a bit off the plate. Slapped foul. Back along the left side. Count even at 1-1. That one popped high in the air. Will it stay in play? Second baseman comes over and makes the grab. Grayson Brannon. Oh, they're going to say it fell foul. Well, there you go. So Kalen James staying alive. 1-2 the count here. That breaking ball taken high. That one fouled in front of home plate once again. That one in the air again. Back goes the center fielder, Branch! And she can't get there because it's over the wall. 2-run homer for Kalen James, who's now 3 for 3, puts the Eagles back on top. It's 8-7. How big has Kalen James been today? Hit her first home run in game 1. Here she is with another homer. She's 3 for 3 in game 2. Her 2 RBI double in the third gave the Eagles the lead then. Gives the Eagles another lead here. And another high-scoring affair. Now it'll be the left fielder, Tristan Knowles. 0 for 1, got hit by a pitch. First one to her is low. So now 6 outs left to get. The 9-1-2 hitters will come up in the 6th for the Phillies. We'll see if Sydney Ray stays back on. That one is going to stay fair down the third base line, and will it be for extra bases? It will not be, as Knowles takes a wide turn at first, but heads back in. But either way, it keeps the inning going with 1 on and 2 outs for the catcher, Ellie Campbell. That first one misses high. And that one is going to get down for a hit, and it's fair. Runner heads down to third. No throw. So now runners at the corners with 2 outs for Ellie Campbell, or for Kylie Huey, as Campbell singles, back-to-back singles, 3 straight hits for TCC in this 5th inning. And to add on to all that, there's going to be a pinch hit for Huey, Brooke Michael. Brooke Michael caught game one. Went 2 for 5 with a couple of RBI singles. Would love another one right here. No question about that. First one on Michael is a called strike. The 0-1 from Franklin, put on the ground. The second baseman, Brennan, goes over to first for the out. But, as it has been all day, the extra base hit gives the Eagles the lead once again after 5. TCC leads 8-7. Welcome you back to the softball complex for the start of this 6th inning. TCC with an 8-7 lead after that 2-run homer by Kaylin James. Sydney Ray back out for a second inning of work. She'll face Grayson Brandon, the second baseman, to start things off here. Cut and a miss at a pitch high. Brandon before things turn over to the top, and Branch and Brady. Eagles with 6 outs left to get, clinging on to a 1-run lead. That one low in the dirt for ball 1. That one high in the air. It will not stay in play as that one thuds off the top of the press box as well. Count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. That one right into the leaping glove of Raven Little. Keeps Brandon off the bases. And now the lineup back at the top in the center fielder, Elizabeth Branch, who's 2 for 3 with a couple of singles. That one low. Branch showed bunt but pulled back. That one just slapped, but it'll go back foul. So you can tell kind of the mindset of Elizabeth Branch right now, trying to just make a little bit of contact and put it in play. She's got the speed to get down the first base line in a hurry. Just trying to get the tying run aboard. The 1-1 from Sydney Ray is taken low and inside. Corners of the infield come in on this 2-1 pitch. And she slaps that one foul again, moving it to 2-2. The 2-ball, 2-strike pitch from Ray is outside. Branch did not offer at it. Now the count goes full. Sun pretty much completely down now. The lights taking full effect here down on the field. Got a big payoff pitch upcoming to Elizabeth Branch. Here it is. Popped high in the air. Running is the center fielder, Mackenzie Childs, and she makes the grab for out number 2. With 2 outs and nobody on, that'll leave it for the shortstop, Ashton Brady. Today, 1 for 3, doubled her last time to start the 5th. First pitch is inside. Here's a called strike to level the count at 1-1. That one low in the dirt, blocked by Campbell. That one outside to take it to 3-1. Ray has done a good job of keeping the Phillies off the bases. She's retired 4 straight batter since coming into this game. The 3-1 is low for ball 4. And put an end to that streak, as that's a 2-out walk for Ashton Brady. And we'll bring up now Chastity Stevens, the DP. Stevens today, 2 for 3, a double to drive in a run, and also a single. Tying run is aboard. That first pitch called a strike. A really important batter to get in front of in the count, so a nice job by Sydney Ray to pump in a fastball to begin the at-bat. Now the 0-1. That one right into the glove of Brittany Michael to end the inning. So, Eagles with an 8-7 lead. They've got 3 outs left to get for another doubleheader sweep. But first, they'll look to add on some insurance. You're watching Eagle Softball on TCCEagles.com and YouTube. Juliana Franklin is back on for the Phillies, trying to keep this an 8-7 game. It will be Huey to start things off. First pitch to her is a called strike. Huey, Childs, and Aponte to come to the plate here in the 6th to try and extend that 8-7 lead. Before presumably Sydney Ray will be back on to try and close things out. That breaking ball misses high to even the count at 1-1. The 1-1 from Franklin. They appeal down to first, but no swing. That one outside as well. Now the count moves to 3-1 to Kylie Huey. Misses again, and a leadoff walk for the 9-hitter Huey. So a beautiful start to the inning there. And now we turn back to the top, and Mackenzie Childs, the center fielder today, in Game 2 is 0 for 3. Had 3 hits in Game 1. And it is going to be, looks like a substitution being made. New pitcher will be out for Abraham Baldwin. As she gets warmed up, we'll step aside and tell you about the new Philly pitcher when we return.
Tallahassee Community College has been named as one of the top 10 community colleges in the nation. The Aspen Institute recognizes institutions from across the country that have exceptional achievements and a total commitment to improving student outcomes. The college was recognized as one of the nation's premier community colleges eligible to compete for the prestigious $1 million Aspen Prize for Community College Excellence because of its focus on student access and success, its workforce training initiatives, a seamless and high transfer rate to four-year colleges and universities, and its many varied and productive community partnerships. This recognition from the Aspen Institute is a testament to the wonderful work of the faculty, staff, and leadership at Tallahassee Community College.
New pitcher for the Phillies, the right-hander Madison Strickland. Comes in replacing Juliana Franklin and Nishka Aponte at the plate. It was Mackenzie Childs working the leadoff walk to begin the 6th. That bunt popped in the air, but not able to be caught. And now quickly 0-2 against Aponte. That 0-2 taken high. Mullis fakes down to first, but no throw. And a called strike 3 against Anishka Aponte will send her back to the dugout. And with one on and one out, that'll leave it for Brittany Michael. First one to strike to Brittany Michael. That one launched high in the air. Will go foul, but it does stay in play. Caught by the left fielder, Michaela Pitts, for out number 2. That will leave it for Raven Little. That one launched high in the air, foul down the right side for strike 1. That one put in the air as well, but the second baseman, or that was actually the shortstop, Ashton Brady, underneath it for out number 3. So Eagles get a leadoff walk but cannot add any insurance. We head to the top of the 7th. Sydney Ray back out. Eagles protecting an 8-7 lead when we come back. To try and finish off another doubleheader sweep for the Eagles. Sydney Ray back out. She'll face Pollock, Pitts, and Plymel. Pollock turns out of the way of that one. That one hit high in the air. The center fielder Childs goes back, and it's off the top of the wall and stays in play. So a leadoff double for Caroline Pollock. And now with the tying run in scoring position, the left fielder Michaela Pitts today 0 for 2 with a walk. So not the way you want to start an inning, but it certainly could have gone a little bit worse. Bouncing off the top of the wall and staying in the field of play. That first pitch is outside to Pitts. That one outside, now ball 2. That one inside, but called a strike. And that one put on the ground, right to the third baseman Little. Looks the runner over at second, now goes to first for the out. Beautifully executed there to keep the runner where they are and get the out. And so now with one away, that'll leave it for the first baseman, Abby Plymell. Plymell today 1 for 2. RBI single, has a walk as well. Lefty on right with the go-ahead run standing at second base. Sydney Ray comes home. And a fastball there for strike 1. The 0-1 low in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, throw down to third, not in time. So got away from the catcher, Ellie Campbell, for just a moment, able to collect it and get a nice throw down at third base, but just not quite in time. So the wild pitch advances the runner over to third. So now sacrifice fly potentially could tie this game. The 1-1 to Plymell. Breaking ball taken high. Two balls, one strike, the count. Just a bit outside. The 3-1 to Plymell. Outside, ball 4. So runners at the corners, 1 out. A pinch hitter coming to the plate now for the Phillies. Carly Williams, who, if you will remember back to game 1, hit a big home run to break that game open, a 2-run homer in the second. Pinch runner for Plymell as well. It'd be Reagan Ellis. That is the go-ahead run at first, the tying run at third. 1 out. Pinch hitter and Carly Williams at the plate to face Sydney Ray. Trying to close this one out. That first pitch called a strike. Sets up a potential game-ending double play as well. The runner at first. Part of why you put a pinch runner over there. Trying to avoid that potentially. Now the 0-1. That one tapped foul down the right side. And now the count moving quickly to 0-2, and this would be a big strikeout. Would take the sacrifice fly play out of contention if you can get the out here. The 0-2, fouled again. Another 0-2. Tapped foul again. So staying alive. That one, not sure where it missed. Maybe a little bit low. The 1-2 delivery. Check swing. Umpire says she did not go. And now the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ray comes home, rolls it in, blocked nicely by Campbell to keep it in front, but it will bring the count full. The payoff pitch. Called strike 3. Carly Williams is down on strikes for the second out of the inning. And with the Phillies down to their final out, they go to the bench again, pinch hitting Tristan Blocker for Maggie Mullis. So they'll need a hit to tie this thing up. No more sacrifice fly potential with 2 outs. Blocker stands in the right side against the lefty, Sydney Ray. That first pitch called a strike. The 0-1. Framed nicely, but couldn't get the call. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch. Put on the ground. Third baseman Michael is there. She'll go to tag her out, and she's safe. Runner comes from third to score, and we've got a tie game. So the game continues. Blocker puts a ball in the ground right down the first base line. Brittany Michael picking it up, and instead of throwing to the Eagle cover in the back, tries to tag her out herself. Can't get it in time, and with 2 outs running on contact, Pollock scores from third base. It's now first and second. Go-ahead run at second base after that infield single for Tristan Blocker to keep the game alive. The 1-0 fouled. That one inside. It is Grayson Brandon, the second baseman, at the plate. Now the 2-1. Put into play, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Past the diving reach of the center fielder Childs. 1 run comes to score. Another one is waved around, and she will score standing up. After that 2 RBI double by Brannon, Abraham Baldwin now leads 10-8. All these runs coming with 2 outs. So close to closing the deal. Now the lineup turning back over for Elizabeth Branch. Branch backs out of the way of that one for ball 1. Got a strike call there. That one misses high, now 3-1. That one put in the air, but the left fielder is under it. Tristan Knowles for out number 3. Eagles came into the top of the 7th looking to close out a 1-run lead. Instead, a 3-run inning for the Phillies, and now A-back up 10-8 going into the bottom of the 7th. They look to close things out. Eagles, 3 outs left to make a comeback. Bottom of the 7th when we return. J.J. Ortiz to lead things off in the 7th for the Eagles. Madison Strickland for the Phillies to try and close things out. First pitch to Ortiz, just a hair outside. It'll be Ortiz, Kaylin James, Trista Knowles. That one called a strike. Ortiz backs out of the way of that one, but either way, a called strike too. Strickland looking for the put away. Can't get it. That one lined well, but out of play. That had home run trajectory, but just a little too far off to the left side. Two the count to Che Ortiz leading off this seventh. That one called strike three on the outside. And now Abraham Baldwin just 2 outs away. But they're going to have to get through Kalen James first. The DP today, 3 for 3, a 2 RBI double, and a 2-run homer. It's a couple of extra base hits and 4 runs batted in game 2. First pitch to her is low for ball 1. Big cut and a miss there. Strike 1. That one taken high. Another big swing and a miss. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes is the count. Beautiful breaking ball to buckle Kalen James, strike 3. And now the Eagles are down to their final out. Couple of strikeout lookings to start this 7th. 2 out, nobody on. Tristan Knowles. Knowles today 1 for 2. Was also hit by a pitch. Trying to prevent their first loss of the season. This is their last chance as that one is popped in the air to the third baseman. Barrett is underneath it, and she'll make the grab for out number 3. So the Eagles, who had a 1-run lead heading into the top of this inning, were not able to get it done. They give up 3 runs in the top of the 7th, are unable to come back in the bottom half of the 7th. It's Sydney Ray getting the loss. She had pitched so terrifically, 2 2/3 of only 1 hit before that 7th, where she gave up 3 hits and 3 runs. Getting the win for Abraham Baldwin will be Madison Strickland. As she is the pitcher of record, there will be no save because she was the last pitcher to appear for the Phillies. So these two schools split the doubleheader. Eagles now 3-1 on the season. Abraham Baldwin improving to 6-8 on the year. The next time the softball squad will be in action, they'll be on the road this weekend, and the next time you'll see them at home next Friday against South Georgia State. That'll be our next softball broadcast. The next time we'll be on the air overall will be tomorrow afternoon, a 3 p.m. game on the baseball diamond against Santa Fe College, a team that entered the year number 16 in the land. TCC has one victory against them in Gainesville, so we look forward to that game tomorrow afternoon. But for William Haynes, this has been this broadcast of TCC Softball.